Welcome to another video. I am Real Talk. If you are new to my channel, I focus on doing dating site reviews. All of the dating sites that I review are the non-typical or non-standard dating sites that you may not be aware of or have never heard about, but it might be worth considering, especially if you are looking for something that is different from the typical dating sites like Tinder, Match, OkCupid, eHarmony, and so on. All of these dating sites, there are a lot of reviews for them already. I focus on alternative dating sites that could be a great option for you, especially if you are looking to meet international women or men from various countries all around the world. In this video, I will go over three more dating sites, and all three of these dating sites, they are identical. They work exactly the same way. They have the same features, same pricing system, same credit system. All three are run by the same company, and really the only difference is in name only. Everything else, like I mentioned, all the features are exactly the same. So the first one here is Amourlee. The second one is called LatinMelodies. And then finally, the third one is called QuickMeDates. All three of these dating sites, I would say they are fairly newer dating sites because as I use them, there isn't a huge database of members on here. There's quite a few, but it's not as big as some other dating sites that I have reviewed. So for Amourlee, so down here you can see as I scroll down all of the various features that they are advertising. Signing up for all these dating sites is free. LatinMelodies. So LatinMelodies, once again, as the name implies, you will meet a lot of Latin members. So members from South America and some Caribbean nations. But you will also find a decent amount of U.S. and European women, but it is heavily focused on meeting Latin members. And QuickMeDate, so QuickMeDates, I think QuickMeDate is probably the smaller of these three. It is much newer because I can go through and screen out most of the members on here fairly quickly. So it doesn't have a large database of users yet. And then Amourlee. So Amourlee is a combination of US, you will get North American, you will get a lot of European, and you will find some Asian, and then you will find some Latin members. So overall, Amourlee and QuickMeDates has those combination. And then finally, LatinMelodies is focused heavily on the South American market. Okay, so here we are inside of my Amourlee account. This is me. It's not me exactly. It's just a placeholder. This here is my LatinMelodies account. And then this here is my QuickMeDates account. As you can see, all three of these dating sites look identical, once again, because they are. And I do get a lot of messages while I am on here. You can see for yourself as I chat, I will get instant pop-up messages. So that is one feature about all three of these dating sites. Women see you online and they are not shy about reaching out to you or making the first move. Now, the first thing that you should do is you should create your profile, and I will walk you through that step very quickly. Just click on this icon in the right-hand corner and click profile. Once again, this is not me, but I am Asian, however. So in here, it is self-explanatory. Just click on edit my profile and then go through, fill in all of the features, your name, any interest that you may have, fill in your bio. And I always mention, please just be honest about who you truly are. You don't want to go into a dating site and trying to meet someone based on a lie. So be honest as who you are. So down here, there is a section called About Me. I always recommend you don't leave this blank. Fill in 3 to 4 sentences describing who you are and what you are about. It is a good opportunity to let the prospective member to get a little bit more detail about you. So don't leave this blank. Keep it short, keep it concise. And if you want, make it a little bit funny as well. Be sure to hit save when you are done. So let me just walk through the various features of all three of these dating sites. Like I said, I will just touch on the main points. If you want in-depth detail analysis, just watch the Asian Melodies video. This here is your main screen. And the first thing you can do after setting up your profile, you can definitely do a search. You can search through filters right here. If you want just to see who's online, just click this button here. You can search by age, you can search by countries, and you can see there's a lot of countries listed here. But just because these countries are listed, it doesn't mean there is a lot of members from those countries. I filtered through a lot of them. The vast majority of Amourlee will be European, and a good chunk of it will be Ukrainian members. There are some Asian, there are some Latin, but the vast majority will be Ukrainian and other various European countries as well. You can search by interest. So these are the various interests that you can search by. And then whether you're a man looking for a woman looking for a man, whatever your preference may be, you can search by who are verified profiles and anyone that you may be following. Hit show people when you are done. There's also a feature on here called news feed. So news feed are just like live feed, live posts that people are currently on and they are posting. So sometimes I use this, most of the time I don't. But if you're interested, just hit on news feed. Various members are posting about themselves. It's kind of like Facebook, if you will. Anyone that catches your interest, you do have the option of looking at their profile, and you can certainly hit a like, and then you can click on their picture. It will bring you to their profile, and you can engage in a conversation that way. So that is pretty much how newsfeed works. Messages. So any messages that you get will show up in your messages folder right here. That is pretty much self-explanatory. So as this loads up, I have a crap load of messages. I haven't gone through this in a very long time. It just seems I'm a popular guy everywhere I go. But all the messages will show up here. Again, self-explanatory. You can read through them. Active or anyone that is active that you have actively communicated with. So it will show up here. Requests are just new members that is requesting to chat with you. And once again, I get a lot on here, and all is all active and all requests. Then on here is called mail, so self-explanatory. Any mail that you may receive will show up in your mail folder. You have a folder for outbox, so anything that you have sent, any drafts that you have made, and then anything that you have deleted will show up in the trash folder. So these are all of the mail features. So one thing that I really noticed about all three of these dating sites and pretty much all of the other dating sites I have reviewed are the women on here. They do take the time and upload some really good profile pictures, and they upload really good pictures in general. As you can see, these profile pictures are very attractive, and it's not like a selfie like a lot of US dating sites. Here, they take the time, upload some really good pictures. Also, what you can do is you can click on any member. So this here is Victoria. I'm pretty sure she's Ukrainian. Definitely European, definitely Ukrainian. I can tell just by looking at her and the name. As I scroll down, yeah, she is from Kyiv, Ukraine. So I guess I've seen enough of Ukrainian women that I can tell by the name and pictures. But anyway, so generally they will give you a lot of information about themselves here. You can send a link, you can hit a like, you can certainly follow. Any public pictures that she has, you can certainly go through each one of them. And then any private photos will be here. You need her permission to view that, and you will definitely have to pay the credits to watch her private photo. And that is the same thing for videos. And then down here is more information about herself, so be sure to read that information. Don't just look at her pretty face. And then a lot of women also will have additional posts down here. Victoria doesn't have any, but let me click on the next one. So down here is Svetlana. She has additional posts about herself. And again, if it's private or if it's public, you can certainly watch the public photos for free. And then also every woman, every profile will have some additional features that you can utilize. Certainly you can type her a message right here. You can certainly send a wink as an icebreaker. And you can also send gifts. You can send a fake gift, I call these. So these are all fake gifts. I won't go through all of them, but you can scroll through all of the various fake gifts. Now, keep this in mind, guys. These are fake. It is not real. However, it will cost you real money to send a fake gift. My suggestion is don't bother with fake gifts. She gets nothing tangible for it, and you will lose money. You may do it every now and then as a nice gesture, but at the end of the day, it is still fake. But there is also an option to send a real gift. So If you connect with someone, you want to do something really nice for the person, you do have the option of sending a real gift. And they do have a large selection to choose from. So you have flowers, you have certificates, there's perfume, there's jewelry, devices, there are different sets of items, and there is also beauty. So every woman will have her preference, and this here is the cost of all of these gifts. So these are credits, and I will talk about credits here in the upcoming section. So every woman will have a set of gifts that they want, and again, these are real gifts that you can certainly send. And then right here is delivery rules. You can read through the rules. It tells you how it works. A few more features on here that I should point out to you. So profile I went through already. Following, anyone you are following will show up in this folder. Presents, I went through presents already. So be sure you understand the rules if you are sending a real present. That is really important. Payments, any payment information and history will show up here. I always recommend once you make a payment, come back in here and delete your payment information. You don't want the dating site to unnecessarily charge your credit card. I've never had that happen, but just in case, just come back in here and delete your credit card information to prevent that from happening. Settings. You can change your email and password in here. You can turn on and off various notifications. There's also sound settings that you can enable and disable. You can also delete your profile information right here. Just click on delete and it walks you the quick steps of how to delete your profile. There's also a block user. So for example, I will just come back here. I'll just click on Irina. She's bothering me or for whatever reason. I just don't want to chat with her anymore and I don't want her to see me online. Come to these little dots, 3 little dots right here in the corner. You can click on block user. And then there's also the option of becoming a verified user. And these are the steps for it. I won't go through in great detail, but if you become a verified user, basically it gives you a little bit more credibility. Let everyone be sure that you are a real person and that you are who you say you are. And to request a contact information, so if you want a woman's email or phone number, you have to become a verified user. So let me quickly walk you through the steps. You fill in your information, make sure it's accurate. You confirm your email, and then finally you just upload a photo ID. So essentially those are the basic rules. There are client information down here that you need to download and fill out. And then here they give you an example of how you need to fill out all those information. So they do ask some pretty good sensitive information about who you are in order to exchange a phone number and a email from a particular member. Let's talk about free features. So before I get into the costing and pricing, let me just quickly touch on a few things that you can do for free. First one being is you can certainly read about or look through any profiles that you want, as many as you want. So I can look through Daria, look through her free post. Private photos and video will cost you money. Obviously, search is for free. I went through that already. You can go through news feed. I went through that already as well. That is free. Click on any public photos. That is free. Messages. So you can read, as you can see here. I get a lot of messages, but you can read message that you receive that is free. But you will need to purchase credits to respond to a message. Now, while you are in a message, I forgot to mention this earlier. You have the option of sending a photo. You can send a sticker or emojis. You type your message here, and then I already went through sending the fake gifts. Mail. So any mail you get, you can certainly read your mail for free. But to respond to a mail, you will need to purchase credits. So that is essentially it. So that is essentially all of the free features. Like I said, not too much. And to use all of the other advanced features will require credits. And let's head on over to that section. And I will walk you through all of the credit and pricing system. Okay, so let me just show you the credit and pricing packages on here. And I will show you that on not LatinMelodies, on QuickMeDates because I already have it open. Again, it's the same for all three. So they have 4 credit packages. The smallest one is for 50 credits for $20. There's 125 credits for $45, 200 credits for $70, and 800 credits for $200. So 4 credit packages to choose from. So once again, why do you need credits and how are credits used? And you can find that information up here by hit credits and pricing. So credits are the internal currency used for paid services on the site. You need credit to just chat. You need credits to use emails. You need credits to view, send photos and videos. You need credit to send virtual gifts. And you definitely need credits to send real gifts. So here are the pricing for the various options. For messages. So to just chat on here, just chatting and chatting only, you are charged 2 credits per minute. Sending a photo or video at any chat message will cost you 10 credits. Opening a photo costs you another 10. Opening a video is 20 credits. Use the mail option. You can open a mail for free. You can send a photo or video in a mail that is free. However, sending your mail or responding to that mail will cost you 10 credits. Once you do that, you can add a photo or video for free. Opening a photo inside a mail, that is 10 credits. And opening a video inside a mail is also 20 credits. And then your profile. So opening a private photo that is free, except only after you send a message in a chat and the member replies to you. So if you send a message and you don't get a reply, well, obviously you can't open the private photos. Opening a private video. So any private video will cost you 30 credits. And then requesting information. So on here, you can certainly request a member's email or phone number. It shows you free, but that is not quite true. Read the fine print. And here is the fine print. You can request the information for free only after you spend 3,000 credits on a contact, on communication with a member, and getting verified user status. So you have to do 2 things. You must get a verified user status. I mentioned that already earlier in the video. And you must spend 3,000 credits. Okay, so how much is 3,000 credits? Like, what is it really in US dollars? Well, let me show you that on QuickMeDates because I have the screen still open. And I will use 50 credits for $20 as a reference point. So 20 divided by 50 is roughly 40 cents. So based on this scenario, you are paying 40 cents per credit. Now extrapolate that out to 3,000 credits. Well, if I have to pay 3,000 credits times 40 cents, that equates to $1,200. So in addition to getting a verified user status, you need to pay $1,200, guys, to obtain a woman's email or phone number. So for example, I can just click on Ina here. We are getting along, we are chatting, and then we get to the point where, hey, I want your phone number, I want your email, and she agrees to that. Well, you can just come up here, you can click on request contacts. You need to verify, and to verify once again, you must become a verified user. And then you also need to pay the $1,200. And I showed you this example already earlier in the video. So essentially, that is what 3,000 credit costs you. Costs you $1,200 to obtain a woman's email and or phone number. Let that sink in for a second. $1,200, and again, it's $1,200 per person. I repeat, $1,200 per person. So if you have multiple women that you want to get in touch with, you need to cough up $1,200, $2,400, $3,600, and so on. So think carefully, guys. Think really carefully before you drop a minimum of $1,200 to obtain an email and or a phone number. That is serious cash for something that you have no control over whether the relationship will work out for you. However, I don't want to deter you. It may work out for you, but before you drop that kind of money, make sure you have a strong connection with the person. While I am in here in credits, let me walk you through a scenario or example of how long will your credits actually last. So I will come back to QuickMeDates once again. I will use 50 credits as my reference. So keep in mind, just to chat, you are charged 2 minutes, or sorry, 2 credits per minute. 50 credits divided by 2, you will get 25 minutes of chat time for $20. So that is 50 credits. So if you are new on here and you are actively chatting with various women or men, if you're a girl, you're meeting a lot of people and you are heavily chatting. I get a lot of messages on here, as you can see. You can use your 50 credits very quickly. It won't even last you 25 minutes. It might last you 10 minutes. Next thing you know, you're out of credits and you need to ask yourself, do I want to spend another $20? And you spend another $20 and then another 20 and another 20. So the point I'm making, guys, is you can certainly use 50 credits very quickly. And if you are not paying attention, you can use certainly $100 in a matter of an hour. That's $100 per hour if you are chatting with a lot of women. So you really need to pay attention to that. So let's take it a step further. Let's say you wanted to purchase the largest credit, 800 credits for $200. And you think to yourself, wow, I have 800 credits and it's only $200. This is going to last me a long time. Not so fast, not exactly. 800 credits is roughly 7 hours of chat time. That's right, that's 7 hours. You can use 7 hours in 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, whatever. But I promise you, your 800 credits will not last you 1 week. If you are lucky, it might last you a couple of days. As a reminder, 2 credits per minute to chat, and you are spending 10 credits on photos, 20 credits on videos. You will also get a lot of mail. And once again, inside the mail, you will get a lot of photos and you will get a lot of videos. So, for example, I go to my mail, I get lots of them. Women love to send mail, they love to send messages, and they want you to open their mail and they want you to look at their photos, they want you to look at their videos. So, if you are using all of these features, your 800 credits will vanish within a couple of days. I promise you, I guarantee you that. Next thing you know, your $200 is gone. It didn't even last you 1 week. If you're lucky, it lasts you 3 days. And if you are connecting with someone and you really like the person, it is hard to just stop chatting with them. It is. It is very hard to stop chatting with a woman that you find attractive. Maybe you are starting to develop some kind of a connection. However, it is going to cost you real money. So keep that in mind. Even though you spent 800 credits and it's $200, if you are using all of the features that is listed on here, and once again, it is all of the chat, it is all of the photos and videos, you can easily spend $500, $1,000 in 1 month. In 1 month to use all of the features. So be very careful on how you are using the credits and how much you are actually spending. Because if you don't pay attention, you can spend a pile of money on here without even realizing it. So keep that in mind. Okay, so if the credit and pricing system on here wasn't bad enough, it wasn't expensive enough for you, let me give you some more bad news, fellas. Every woman on here, so whether it is Amourlee, or it is QuickMedates, or it is LatinMelodies, every woman or almost every woman on here uses the dating site for free. You heard me right. Every woman on here uses the dating site for free. That sucks. That is unfair, but that is just how this dating site works. Us guys, we are the one that's left holding the bag. We must pay for everything. So how do you know if a woman is using a dating site for free? Well, there is a key way to find that out. So let me show you. I will just click on a profile and just to show you how you can find out. So this here is Sensia or Senya. You can look through her profile. So here you can see Amourlee. It shows Amourlee. It shows Amourlee. And this will also be true for QuickMeDate and LatinMelodies. So anytime you see the dating site on a profile picture, This is how you can tell that the woman is using the dating site for free. Now, why is that? That's because one of the key requirements for the woman to use the dating site for free, their profile photo must be professionally taken by the dating site. So I would click on Nina here and I scroll through her pictures, and you can see it says Amourlee and so on. You see Amourlee. This means that all of her profile photos have been professionally taken by the dating site. So that is a telltale way, guys, to know that a woman is using the dating site for free. Look through all of her profile photos. If it has the dating site name inside of that picture, you know she is using that dating site for free. Okay, so let me give you my thoughts on recommendation. Do I recommend Amourlee, LatinMelodies, or even QuickMeDates? Well, the short answer is no, I do not. And let me give you several reasons why. Well, reason number one, all three of these dating sites are fairly new dating sites. I mentioned that in the beginning of the video. They're fairly new. There just isn't a ton of members to choose from. They are run by the same company. And even though they list a lot of countries on here, the vast majority of these countries has maybe one, two, or even zero members. I went through a whole bunch of them. So overall, there just isn't a ton of members on here compared to other dating sites that I have used. The second reason, that has to do with costing and pricing and credit system. I went through all of this for you already in the video. Overall, you need credits for everything, and it can cost you a ton of money. So once again, these are the credit packages, and I already walked you through two scenarios of the various credit packages. Overall, your credits will not last very long. It is just so expensive to use these dating sites. And then finally, it has to do with exchanging personal information. Let me remind you, you must pay 3,000 credits or use 3,000 credits, so that is $1,200, and you must become a verified user. So to obtain a person's information, you need to pay $1,200. That's per person once again, so $1,200 per person to get her information. That is just expensive any way you look at it. Imagine this. Let's say you are at a bar, you meet a woman, and you ask for her number, and she says to you, "Yeah, I'll give you my number, but you need to pay me $1,200." In this case, you are paying the dating site $1,200. I'm not sure if the woman is getting any of that money. I seriously doubt it. But anyway, she says to you, $1,200, and you can have my phone number. Well, I'm pretty sure you're not going to pay $1,200. So that is just outrageous to pay to get a phone number and email. So here you have it. Three reasons why I don't recommend Amourlee, LatinMelodies, and finally QuickMeDates. Now, let's say you are very serious and you want to meet someone internationally. You want to meet someone from Europe, or you want to meet a Latin person, or maybe Asian is more your speed. Are there any dating sites that I would recommend? Well, yes, there are. There is several, and let me show you that in my channel. So here in my channel, there's two right in front of you. The first one is GoChatty, and the second one is MyaDate. And then the third one you should try, or at least give a strong consideration, is LanaDate. LanaDate, GoChatty, and MyaDate all work the same way. They have the same features, same functionality, same everything. So basically, just pick one or the other. You don't need to pick all three. Like I said, they work exactly the same way. They have a huge database of user, great features, great profile, great everything. So if you want to try a dating site, try any one of these. Be sure to check out my review first before you use it. So that way you have all of the details and all of the information that you need to know if you want to try it for yourself. So there you have it. Three dating sites. I definitely recommend, guys, if you are serious about meeting someone internationally. And that is GoChatty, MyaDate, and finally LanaDate. So that is a wrap. So there you have it, a review of Amourlee, LatinMelodies, and QuickMeDates. With that said, I wish you all good luck on your dating journey, and I will see you in the next one.